Back to the action here in the bottom of the 6th inning in Wilmington, Delaware. Judy Johnson Field, Daniel S. Frawley Stadium. Tom Hill, Aaron Hook here on the call. The Aberdeen IronBirds with a 5-0 lead here over the Wilmington Blue Rocks. And Aaron, it was Edgar Cortez on the mound for the IronBirds, who was just really dealing. 5 no-hit innings, 6 punch-outs, but it looks like they're going to turn it over to a new arm here in the 6th.
Yeah, it's the right-hander Carter Baumler, 5th-round pick in 2020. Baumler, I should say, out of Dowling Catholic High School in West Des Moines, Iowa, an Iowa native. Baumler, so picked by the Orioles in that round.
Kind of an interesting decision to not let Cortez really deal, and he was dealing. As you've mentioned on this broadcast, he was locating pretty much every single pitch with effect. Had those 6 punch-outs, but guess they know it better than us. His pitch count was pretty efficient as well, only 65 through 5. But the Blue Rocks will take it because they need offense. They need a hit in the hit column. First pitch to TJ White is in there for a strike. 9-1-2 due up. It's White, Glasser, and Pena. White gives him a ride in the air to deep right center field. This might be a hit, and it will be. Up against the wall it goes. TJ White is in at second base standing. So a new pitcher, maybe a new sign of life for this Blue Rock offense. Their first hit, and it's a ringing double for the 9-hole hitter.
Well, it's a great sign for the Blue Rocks' first hit of the day, and I actually misidentified the new arm in the bullpen, so my apologies, everyone. It's Dan Hammer, number 31, who is here in relief of Cortez, and he's making his 2nd appearance with Aberdeen this season, and TJ White immediately erasing the no-hitter as he hits a double out to right center.
From the Bowie Bay Sox, he's here on a rehab assignment, is Hammer. First pitch misses outside to Philip Glasser. Glasser 0 for 2 in this ball game. Got to figure with Hammer now on the mound and not Cortez, it's going to be pivotal for this Blue Rock team to scratch and claw down by 5 runs as we head to the latter half of this ball game. In there for a strike, 1-1.
And I certainly thought it was an interesting decision to not let Cortez pitch the 6th. I mean, again, 5 no-hit innings, 6 strikeouts through 5. He'd been dealing, and his pitch count was in a pretty good place, only 65.
Sliced foul down the left field line, so Glasser behind 1-2.
But we do live in the era of analytics, and obviously want to preserve his arm for their upcoming series, and they've used him out of the bullpen as well, so you want him to remain fresh, but he was pitching a gem, and Hammer immediately comes in, and a runner ends up at second base for Wilmington.
And the 3rd time through the order is now the kind of in vogue statement as Glasser nubs one back to the pitcher Hammer, who flips the first for out number 1, but White scurries up to 3rd with 1 out. And that philosophy of believing that the 3rd time through the order, Aaron, it's kind of taboo. You don't want your starters, especially a guy like Cortez. It's only his 2nd start of the year. As much as he dealt, you don't want these guys facing the lineup for the 3rd time because that's where the numbers typically jump. But people could push back on that philosophy because with the way Cortez was dealing, it may not have mattered. As Viandel Pena watches a first pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, I mean, I think his outing today is a great case study. I mean, the Blue Rocks had not made solid contact really at all. I mean, Paul Witt hit a ball deep down the left field line. Ball was caught in the corner. That's the best sort of contact the Blue Rocks could muster against him today.
Count now 0-2 on Pena, and kind of the egg on the face as well is the first real solid contact came off TJ White's bat, and it was TJ White facing Hammer in relief. So the minute Hammer gets into this game for Aberdeen, that's where you see a hit in the 2nd column over there on that scoreboard. The first hit for the Blue Rocks. 0-2 pitch. Misses outside. Count 1-2.
Viandel Pena, switch hitter, batting left. And with one out, just try and hit a ball on the right side and score White. Get on the board here in the 6th.
Mr. Celery just dying to come out. The 1-2. Punched down in the left center field. It dunks down, a base hit for Viandel Pena. In to score is TJ White. Come on out, Mr. Celery. For the first time in this game, we have a 5-1 ball game.
And he's got the festive outfit on, having to duck underneath the railing with his sombrero on and yielding the pickaxe as well.
Rocas Azulis de Wilmington.
That's Senor Apio to you.
Yeah, today it is. Or every day. See Mr. Rocky here as well in the stands. I think he's just Rocky. My mistake. Dalen Lyle watches a first pitch miss upstairs. Lyle was hit by a pitch off of Cortez back in the 4th.
I think the mascot dynamic is great here at the Blue Rocks. You got Mr. Celery, or Senor Apio, I should say, handling the on-field stuff. Rocky's usually up in the stands, making sure everyone's okay.
Lyle gives one a ride out to left field, but routine for Etzel, who ranges over, puts it away for out number 2. I think Senor Apio ever says to Rocky, you know what, maybe you can take the on-field duties today. I'm good.
It's funny because I don't think Rocky would even fit in the tunnel that Senor Apio stands in. Now, they're both quite tall, but, you know, I've been on record saying Rocky's got to be about 6'7". He's a big dude. So I'm not sure he could even fit in that tunnel that they've got Mr. Celery standing in all game.
Hammer checks the runner back at first.
Now, we would really need a back-to-back to confirm that, but I don't think those two even ever cross paths, really. They just kind of stay to themselves, stay out of their, you know, stay out of the other's way.
Just business as usual. A cut and a miss by Trey Harris for strike 1. Harris struck out looking back in the 2nd, grounded out to 3rd back in the 4th.
Well, it'd be big for Hammer to get out of the city with just the 1 run. Blue Rocks obviously want to keep chipping away.
Nubbed weakly on the infield, charging Vasquez. The throw to first in time to take care of Harris, and that will do it. But a new pitcher for Aberdeen, a run on the board for the Blue Rocks. An RBI off the bat of Viandel Pena. We take it to the 7th. Aberdeen with a 5-1 lead. Tom Hill, Aaron Hook. We'll be back after this on RowanRadio.com, Channel 2, MILB.TV, and the Valley Sports app.